Hi, this is Kristen Dodds, one of the teachers and directors of Learn Real English. And I'd like to talk to you today about an idiom commonly used here in the United States. And that idiom is, the grass is always greener on the other side. Now, sometimes you might hear a shortened version of this, the grass is always greener. That's how I tend to use it. It's just a shorter version of the grass is always greener on the other side. So what does this idiom mean? Well, it means that other situations seem more desirable or better than one's own situation. But really, they often are not better. So let me give you an example of this idiom and how it could be used. Joe Weiss, another of the teachers and directors of Learn Real English, Joe Weiss and I, we live in an apartment here in San Francisco, California, in the United States. And it's a really small apartment. It's very small, but it's very cheap. Now, San Francisco is a very expensive city. And the rent just keeps going up and up and up. It keeps increasing. So we have a very cheap apartment because Joe moved in here maybe 20 years ago. So San Francisco has rent control laws, which means that the owners of this apartment can only increase the rent a very small percent each year. So since Joe has been here for such a long time, we have rent control. So we pay a lot less than other people or many other people here in San Francisco. But it's a very small apartment. So I would like to have a bigger place for us to live. And I talk to Joe all the time. I wish we could move into a bigger place. So we started talking, rent is so expensive. Maybe we should consider buying a place. So we were starting to think about actually buying a house or an apartment here in San Francisco. And the more we started doing the research and looking into this, the more I started to realize, wow, it's really expensive. And I don't want, even though we would have a bigger place, I don't want to be broke. I don't want all of my money going towards a house payment. Because when you buy a house, most people here in the United States, they put down a certain percent in the beginning, and then they they borrow money from a bank to pay for the rest of the house. So they make payments to the bank. They make house payments to the bank. So I realized with, houses being so expensive here, all of our money every month would be going for our house payments. So I went to Joe. I made the decision, I think we should just stay here. So I went to Joe to tell him, I've come to realize that we should stay here in this apartment. It's too small, but our rent is cheap. And I told him, I said, I think this is a situation of the grass is always greener. So what did I mean by that when I said that to him? What I meant was that I think this situation, of buying a place, I thought that would solve all of our problems. We'd have a bigger place and no more problems about a small space. But it really wasn't going to be a better situation because our apartment here, like I said, is cheap. So if we were to buy a house, we would be paying a lot of money every month, a lot more than we pay now. So the situation really wasn't better. Really wouldn't be better, like I thought that it would be. So that's why I said to him, the grass is always greener. It's a good idea to become familiar with with different idioms if you plan to live or travel in the United States, because many people use idioms quite often. All right, once again, this is Kristen Dodds, one of the teachers and directors of Learn Real English. Thank you for joining me today to talk about this idiom, the grass is always greener, or the grass is always greener on the other side. If you're interested in more real English learning videos, then please join us at learnrealenglish.com. That's learnrealenglish.com. All right, I look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.